Hello YouTube world, my name is Lauren and welcome to my channel. So I know Halloween was last week, or maybe 2 weeks ago, depending on when I post this video, but this week we're extending the spooky season with my reading journal entry for The Kiss Curse by Erin Sterling, aka Rachel Hawkins. Thankfully, this book fulfills my want for a lighthearted, Halloween-themed book for the spooky season. Because if you watched my last video on The Witch Haven, you'll know I was slightly disappointed by that book because it was a little bit more serious than I had wanted. But anyway, The Kiss Curse has been highly anticipated ever since it was announced because the prequel, The X-Hex, was published last year and was included in the October 2021 Book of the Month and thus got super popular. Now, I'll be honest, I didn't love the X-Hex, and you can see my review over on my Instagram page, because I just thought the romance between the two main characters was rushed, like there was not enough build up to their love. And thankfully, The Kiss Curse didn't have that same problem. The characters are a little bit older, and I felt their relationship was more mature, and the tension in the beginning just kind of made it more satisfying when they actually got together. But I guess to provide a quick summary of this book is that, like I said, it's the sequel to The X-Hex, although it's not absolutely necessary to read The X-Hex because this book kind of explains the main plot points that matter to the story. But I do also think that reading the first book does help kind of add additional background information, especially as it relates to the Penhallow family. But anyway, The Kiss Curse follows Guinevere Jones, aka Gwen, who is the cousin to Vivian Jones. And the love interest is Llewellyn Penhallow, aka Wells, who is the brother to Rhys Penhallow. So Wells moves to Graves Glen after his father states that he's kind of afraid that their family is losing their connection to the town and community. So Wells moves to Graves Glen and opens up a shop across the street from Gwen's family shop, and, of course, competition ensues. Now, Gwen and Wells become playful rivals, and, well, we all know where this is going. However, another plot point is that some witches who have been known to practice dark magic have moved back to Graves Glen, and Gwen notices that her powers have been starting to wane. Coincidence or something bigger? You'll have to read the book to find out. So there are a lot of things I like about this book. I like how this book is a sequel and not just a companion novel. So Rhys and Bibi still play a big role in the story. They're not just briefly mentioned in passing, but they actually exist in this book. And while I understand that companion novels are good for attracting new readers to your books because people don't feel like they have to read all the books in the series to understand the storyline, I generally like sequels better because I feel like it rewards loyal readers who want to read more of the characters that they were already invested in the prior books. I also liked how we get to see more of the brotherly interaction between Rhys and Wells. And I really hope that we get a third book centered around the third brother, Bowen Penhallow. Now, my favorite part, though, was seeing Gwen break Wells' shell and get him to make a joke and smile at the party at Morgan's house, and when he defended Gwen to Rosa at the party. Like, I understand why Grumpy Sunshine trope is popular, but for me, it only works when the soft side of the grumpy person shows itself early in the story. Like, if we have to wait too long to see their soft side, then they're already written off in my mind, because who wants to be with someone that grumpy? So yes, overall I gave this book 4 out of 5 stars, which is 0.5 stars better than what I rated the X-Hex, because this was better than the first book, but I admit the romance did still kind of go from 50% to 100% really fast, whereas I typically like a slightly slower build-up. But yes, the things I drew from my reading journal entry are tarot cards, because both Gwen and Wells shops sell tarot cards, a quartz necklace, because in the book, a magical quartz necklace is a catalyst for a very cute interaction between Gwen and Wells, I drew a student's record to represent an investigation that Gwyn and Wells performed together. And then I drew a red signet ring to represent Wells and drops of blood to represent Gwyn. And I'm not going to explain these because they're probably spoilers. And lastly, the quote that I really enjoyed from this book is a thought from Wells, which is actually a real quote from Benjamin Franklin, which says, "An ounce of prevention was worth a pound of cure." Now, I have lived by this thought, and this was the first time that I'd even heard it. Because I just think that preparing yourself for a bad scenario is so much more valuable than having to clean up the situation later. But anyway, let me know if you agree with my review in the comment section below, and let me know what you think of my reading journal. You can see more of my other reading journal entries before this one on my Instagram page at Lauren_can_, which as always is linked in the description below. And if you liked this video, I'd appreciate it so much if you could like and subscribe, and stay tuned for my future book reviews. Alright, bye!